Rick and Morty Season 8 is officially happening, and news about the future of the hit animated show is already making the rounds. First airing in 2013, the show dives into the wild adventures of Rick Sanchez, a cynical scientist, and his overly nervous grandson, Morty, as they explore different dimensions. Created by Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland, the series quickly stood out from other adult cartoons with its deep, mind-bending concepts and dark humor. Although it enjoyed massive success through its first 6 seasons, the show hit a rough patch when serious allegations were made against co-creator Justin Roiland. This led to his firing and a search for new voice actors to take over his roles. When Season 7 premiered in late 2023, fans noticed some changes after Roiland's departure, but the show's global popularity didn't take a hit. Now, not only is Season 8 confirmed, but Seasons 9 and 10 are also in the pipeline. After months of radio silence, Rick and Morty fans finally got some news, a trailer for Season 8. The teaser, which is really just a single scene from the new season, shows Rick auditioning aliens and humans to replace Jerry. Predictably, things go sideways when the family catches wind of his scheme to swap Jerry out for a paid actor. The trailer wraps up with a festive touch, Christmas lights, and a reminder that the season kicks off in 2025. Back in 2018, the show secured a massive 70-episode renewal, locking in a total of 10 seasons. Despite the bumps in the road since then, Rick and Morty is still on track to hit 100 episodes by the end of that deal. While it's unclear if the series will call it quits after Season 10, we know for sure that Season 8 is on its way. As for the cast, things will likely stay the same as in Season 7. Newcomers Ian Cardone and Harry Belden, who stepped in to voice Rick and Morty after Justin Roiland's departure, are expected to return. Fan favorites like Chris Parnell as Jerry and Tom Kenny, best known as SpongeBob, but who also voices several characters, will probably also be back. When it comes to what's next for Rick and Morty, details are slim, but Dan Harmon has hinted that Season 8 will be a return to form. Expect plenty of wild, interdimensional chaos with the show's usual mix of humor and existential dread. Season 7 leaned into a more somber tone, with Rick losing his spark for adventuring, a shift that shook up the series' dynamic. This could pave the way for a more stripped-down approach in Season 8. But when it comes to Rick and Morty, predicting plot points is a fool's errand. As 2024 winds down, Rick and Morty fans got a sneak peek at Season 8 with a teaser trailer that dropped in December. The clip, which features a single scene from the upcoming season, shows Rick being his usual mischievous self as he auditions a lineup of human and alien actors to play Jerry. Naturally, the plan falls apart when the rest of the family shows up and catches him in the act. Though Rick hilariously promises to stay in touch with his hopeful candidates, what excites me most about Season 8 is how it could serve as a fresh start for the series. For a show that prides itself on breaking tropes and genre norms, Rick and Morty has settled into a bit of a routine over time. A big part of that has been Rick's obsessive vendetta against Rick Prime, the alternate version of himself who killed his wife. However, Season 7 saw Rick Prime meet his end in a chaotic showdown involving Rick and a horde of enslaved Mortys. With Rick Prime out of the picture, the series now has a golden opportunity to reinvent itself. It's no longer tied down to a revenge arc, freeing up a narrative to explore uncharted territory. While this leaves a lot of uncertainty about what's next, Rick and Morty thrives on unpredictability and wild creativity. Without the weight of Rick's singular mission, Season 8 could take the show in any direction, and that's exactly the kind of chaos we love it for. Furthermore, Rick and Morty has always had a knack for reinvention, and that's exactly what makes it so exciting. The show thrives on its ability to shake things up thanks to its unique formula. As a comedy, it can introduce wacky one-off concepts for single episodes, delivering episodic adventures without being tied down to a sprawling narrative. And as a sci-fi series, it has an endless sandbox to play in, interdimensional travel, bizarre alien worlds, and all kinds of wild, imaginative tech. With so many creative tools at its disposal, Rick and Morty is built to evolve and surprise. Sure, big plots like Rick's feud with Rick Prime gave fans something to latch onto, but those arcs were never what made the show a hit. At its core, Rick and Morty shines because of its hilarious characters, their unique dynamics, and the crazy situations they find themselves in. Everything else, the plot, the settings, the stakes, is flexible and open to change. That's why Season 8 is so exciting. With the slate wiped clean after Rick Prime's exit, the possibilities are endless. The show can go anywhere, do anything, and reinvent itself yet again, all while staying true to the chaotic charm that made it a phenomenon in the first place. And let's not forget that there are lots of interesting theories about what could happen in Season 8, like Evil Morty recreating the Omega device or Summer spending more time with Rick. The season is set to air in 2025, and it was confirmed back in 2018 after Adult Swim ordered 70 episodes, which will take the show up to Season 10. It's even been renewed for 2 more seasons, all the way to Season 12. A teaser trailer for Season 8 dropped recently, showing Rick auditioning aliens to replace Jerry, which might be a playful nod to the recent recasting of Rick and Morty. The trailer is fun, but doesn't give much away about what's coming. Will Rick move on from his past with Rick Prime? Are they still stuck in the fear hole? And will Cher the Churro finally return to get his revenge? We're left with a lot of questions. After all the heavy lore in Season 7, Season 8 might go back to the basics with more standalone episodes that don't focus on long-running plotlines. Season 7 wrapped up some of the biggest arcs, so Season 8 could be all about just hanging out with the characters and having fun, while slowly setting up new stories. Speaking of Rick's past, Season 7 wrapped up his battle with Rick Prime in a pretty intense way. After hunting him down for so long, Rick finally killed him, but revenge didn't make him feel any better. Now he's got a murder on his conscience, and it's possible Season 8 could explore Rick dealing with those feelings and trying to move on from what happened. Another exciting possibility for Season 8 is Mr. Poopy Butthole becoming a villain. He's had quite the wild ride, starting as a friend of the Smith family, then breaking the fourth wall in post-credit scenes, and getting darker after his wife left him. Given his darker turn, it wouldn't be surprising if he fully became a villain, which could create a cool conflict with Rick. Lastly, Summer might play a bigger role in Season 8. Over the past few seasons, the show has hinted that Summer could have a larger part in the future. Her relationship with Rick has been growing, especially after he showed respect for her during the Night family mutiny. It looks like Season 8 could focus more on her and Rick's dynamic, especially since Morty and Rick's relationship has been less respectful. Summer is one of the most interesting characters who hasn't gotten enough screen time, but that could change in Season 8. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Your suggestions for future videos are always welcome in the comments below. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel to stay in the loop. And if you want, you can share your thoughts about this video in the comments.